Welcome back, my dear students. So here I am back again with the part 2 of the video Nouns revision. So while revising the nouns, we discussed about proper nouns, common nouns, material nouns, abstract nouns and collective nouns. So now here in the part 2 of this video, we will discuss about countable nouns and uncountable nouns. I know that my students are very intelligent. They know about countable and uncountable nouns, but still we need to recapitulate whatever we have learned in the earlier classes. So, countable nouns. As the name count or countable, as the name indicates you, countable nouns are nouns which can be counted. Yes, as the name indicates you, count. So, this word indicates that countable nouns are nouns which can be counted. For example, dog, books, apples. As you can count that 3 apples, 3 or 4 books are here, 1 dog is here, you can count by looking at the pictures. Uncountable nouns. Uncountable nouns are nouns which cannot be counted. For example, flower, water, cereal, these things. Countable nouns. Countable nouns are individual objects, people, places, etc. which can be counted. As I have said earlier, books, Italians. Italians means the people who live in Italy. Pictures, stations, men, plural form of man, etc. A countable noun can be both singular, for example, a friend, a house, etc. or plural, a few apples, lots of trees, etc. Use the singular form of the verb with a singular countable noun. There is a book on the table. That student is excellent. Use the plural form of the verb with a countable noun in the plural. There are some students in the classroom. Uncountable nouns. Uncountable nouns are materials, concepts, information, etc. which are not individual objects. Yes, uncountable nouns are not individual objects and cannot be counted. Yes, you cannot count uncountable nouns. For example, information, water, understanding, wood, cheese, etc. Uncountable nouns are always singular. Use the singular form of the verb with uncountable nouns. For example, there is some water in that pitcher. That is the equipment we use for the project. So, I hope that you can understand what are countable and uncountable nouns. So, just look at this difference or these differences. Countable nouns, uncountable nouns. You can use a or an before the noun. Countable nouns, for example, an apple, a banana. Uncountable nouns don't have a or an before the noun. Countable nouns have plural form, 2 bananas, 3 apples. Uncountable nouns don't have plural form. Countable nouns have the form there is for singular and there are for plural. Uncountable nouns have form there is. They have some, much, a lot of, lots of, a little before the noun. In the plural form, countable nouns have some, many, a lot, lots of, and most of the categories are uncountable nouns. So, here you can get a list of countable nouns and uncountable nouns. You can see the pictures, and in the category of countable nouns, you can see carrots or carrots, tomatoes, peas, salads, vegetables, pancakes, eggs, potatoes, cookies, candies, etc. Uncountable nouns: soup, salt, flour, sugar, butter, cheese, honey, water, chocolate, jam, seafood, mustard. So soup, salt, flour, all these things, or sugar, butter, these things belong to uncountable nouns. Again, some more pictures you can see. For example, in countables or countable nouns, you can use these examples like burgers, sandwiches, hot dogs, cherries, apple, grapes, oranges, olives, watermelons. Uncountables: bread, fruit, juice, meat, rice, cereal, milk, coffee, tea. Okay, so you can understand what are countable nouns and what are uncountable nouns. After this, we need to learn some basic things, or we need to go in detail that where to use a, an, some, any. Okay, so a or an used with countable nouns in singular. For example, there is a plum, there is an apple. Where to use some, use with countables and uncountables in affirmative sentences. Affirmative sentences means positive sentences or yes type sentences. Any, use with countables and uncountables in negative and interrogative sentences. Negative in the sense no type sentences, and interrogative sentences means question type sentences. For example, there is not any sugar, there are not any apples. Is there any sugar? Are there any apples? Like this. Okay. I will also show you some more examples. For example, just look at the column of countable nouns. We have got, there are a lot of books. There are plenty of books. Just look how these examples are written or used. There are a few books. There are several books. A couple of books. There are a couple of books. And in the uncountable nouns, as you can see, we have got, there is a lot of rice, plenty of rice, some rice, a little rice, like that. We haven't got, there are not a lot of books, many books, any books. We haven't got, there is not a lot of rice, much rice, any rice. And in the countable nouns column, you can see, are there any books? And in the column of uncountable nouns, is there any rice? This way you can frame sentences. Now, one interesting thing that you need to learn about countable and uncountable nouns is that some nouns are there which can be either countable or uncountable based on the context. Just look, noun, meat, used as an uncountable noun. Food, I gave up eating meat a few months ago. Used as a countable noun. Type of meat, I hate eating red meats like beef and lamb. Fruit, as a food and as an uncountable noun, the fruit was too sour to eat. And kind of fruit, and also used as a countable noun, she sells fruits at a market stall. So you can easily understand that there are some nouns that can be either countable or uncountable based on the circumstances or based on the sentence or the sentence how it is used. Now here also you can see some more examples. Experience, used as an uncountable noun. Knowledge or skill, my lack of practical experience was a disadvantage. Used as a countable noun. An incident that affects you, it was her first experience of living alone. Fire, used as an uncountable noun. Element, most animals are afraid of fire. Used as a countable noun. A burning pile, firemen put out fires. Okay, memory, used as an uncountable noun. The ability to remember, I have a very good visual memory. And used as a countable noun. Specific memories of past events, he is trying to block out memories of the accident. Okay, you can understand how this sentences or how you can also frame sentences like this. Nouns that can be countable or uncountable. For example, noun used as an uncountable noun, used as an countable noun. For example, chicken, food, and used as an uncountable noun. I had some chicken for dinner. Used as an countable noun, kind of animal. There are 3 chickens in the farm. Here, used as an uncountable noun. Here, in general, my sister has blonde hair. Individual strands of hair. Used as an countable noun. The last time I was at that restaurant, I found 2 hairs in my food. So, this way, these sentences can be used. Now, nouns that can be used either as countable or uncountable. So some more examples I will show you. Just look. Room, used as an uncountable noun. Space, I will make some room for this new books in the bookshelf. And used as countable noun, here it will be a countable noun, not an. Place, our house has 5 rooms. The kitchen, it will be the kitchen, bedroom, bathroom, living room, and family room. Coffee, water, beer, tea, soda. Drink, I drink a lot of coffee, but I don't drink very much beer. Here it is used as an uncountable noun. And how to use it as a countable noun? Number of drinks. Could you bring us 3 coffees with milk and 2 herbal teas? So these are some examples, as you can see, how these are used either as countable or uncountable. So now it's the time to recap whatever you have learned from this video. That thing you need to just recapitulate. So I know that my students can understand whatever I discussed in the previous slides. Now I am also going to make a list of that, and in one single slide I will make you understand whatever things I have described in the previous slides in a short way or in a shorter way. So what have you learned, students? You have learned about countable nouns and uncountable nouns. Just look. Countable noun can be counted. For example, an apple, a school, one picture, 2 pictures, like that. And uncountable nouns cannot be counted. For example, sugar, information, water, understanding, etc. Countable nouns can take singular or plural verbs. There is a book on the table. Those houses are very book, aren't they? And uncountable nouns always take singular verbs. There is some water in that pitcher. Countable nouns go with a, and, the, my, etc. in the singular. And uncountable nouns do not go with a, and, to, etc. Can you hear music? Countable nouns can be used alone with some, any, many, few in the plural. And here some more examples I hope you can see. Countables, as I have said, that you can make plural forms, or you will get plural forms of the countable nouns. So egg, eggs, banana, bananas, olive, olives, fry, fries, burger, burgers, hot dog, hot dogs, apple, apples, carrot, carrots, tomato, tomatoes. Uncountables, there is no plural form of for the uncountable nouns in general. For example, milk, flour, salt, sugar, jam, meat, rice, honey, tea, cheese. So these are the uncountable nouns. So I hope that my students have learned about these things very well. So I am going to give you one task to do at home. Put the words into these 2 jars. You need not to draw the pictures of the jars. You only need to just make 2 columns as countables and uncountables, and some words are written, as you can see. Some words are written over there, and you need to just put the word in a proper column. Like if you think that egg belongs to countable noun, then you will put it in the column of countable noun, and then you will do it like this way. And after doing it, you will just click a picture of your work and send it to me in my personal WhatsApp number. As you can see, that's so many words I have given you. You can do it in your classwork copy. So thank you very much, all of you. I hope that you can understand and you have enjoyed this class. So do your classwork, stay home, stay safe. Thank you very much.